When you think of memory loss, you may think of maybe the older generation, like your grandfather or maybe even your parents. But cognitive disconnects in the brain, guess what? They can start as early as 20 years old. And here to talk about this is Dr. Bruce Daggy. Joins us now to explain all this and how it happens and hopefully some things to help us fight this off. Doctor, I think people are probably surprised. Thank you for joining us to begin with.
Nice to be here.
Surprised that people as early as 20 years old can start having problems with memory. Talk about how this works in people's brains, and it's not necessarily the loss of brain cells. What really does it have to do with?
That's right. At age 20, here's a model of a human brain. At age 20, your brain is at its largest size. And then it slowly starts to decline in size a little bit year by year, and then that decline accelerates at about age 50. And it's not the loss of brain cells, the neurons, that's causing that.
People commonly believe.
Right. It's the loss of the connections between the neurons. The neurons are set up to talk to one another, and each brain cell is connected to hundreds or even thousands of other neurons. And that's what you're losing. You're losing the connection between the cells, and therefore the brain is getting smaller, and you're losing some of that cognitive ability.
And so that's just a natural thing that takes place in the brain.
It's a natural part of aging, but that doesn't mean we have to like it, and it doesn't mean we can't fight it.
Yeah, the good news is we can fight it, and you're here to kind of give us some ideas of what types of things. You know, I'm getting a little bit older myself, so I'm listening closely and taking notes here. What can we do to help keep our brain strong, almost like a muscle in any part of our body?
Great analogy. You know, just like the muscles in our body need good nutrition and need workouts in order to function at their best, it's the same is true for your brain. And in fact, what's good for your body is good for your brain. Your brain, although it's only about 2% of your body weight, it can use 20 or 25% of your blood flow. All that activity that's going on in your brain is very demanding. It's very demanding. So you need good nutrition on board. And of course, you're talking to a nutritionist, so I'm going to say that, right?
Okay, I believe you. I trust you.
Things we know, like fish, you know, for the omega-3s, like the antioxidants you get in fruits and vegetables. Healthy choices in beverages, these are all good in terms of the nutritional side. And supplementation, there are clinically tested ingredients that you can supplement with, since it's often hard to get all of the nutrition that you really need from just eating food.
So you can eat and have diet that helps the brain. What can we do mentally as a workout for our brain?
Well, there are games that one can play. There are programs like this one from Cognifit, which will allow you to determine where you are, what your current status is,
and the state, check where your brain's at.
Get the state, and then do a brain training regimen. If you're interested in more about that, our website shackley.com has information.
And real quickly, you have an alarm clock. What does this do?
The alarm clock is because of the importance of sleep. Your brain needs to recover overnight, and sleep is a very good way to do that. And one thing that we suggest is actually using the alarm clock in the evening. Set it for about an hour before you want to go to sleep to remind you that you need to get into that slow down stage so that you can get a good night's sleep.
Dr. Daggy, great information. Really appreciate that. Helping our brain stay healthy and fit. All right, appreciate your time. Well, up next right here on Good Day Chicago, Americans win.